Gaudy stats. Good God, that's gaudy. Welcome to Gaudy Stats.
Let's talk about Royce Freeman and Philip Lindsay. I know last year we three had a heated debate on this. I stood by my guns on Royce Freeman. I know you guys all called me out as a fool, and ridiculed me, accused me even of never changing my position or doing a position just to take the opposite position. I mean, just outlandish theories here. And now, week 2 basically decides that, I think I need an apology from both of you.
So you're saying to the jury, like it's a
after week 2
concrete case that Royce Freeman is now permanently better than Philip Lindsay. Like you can just call it now. The debate's over after a season
honestly,
and two games. Their
honestly,
careers have been
okay. Obviously, there's a lot of season left. There's obviously a lot of season left, and anything can happen, injuries, and so forth. But I'm sticking by my guns and saying Royce Freeman is the back to own there, not Philip Lindsay. I just think he offers
better
more
value for sure right now. I mean, you got him for like $3, and I got Lindsay
I
for
got
like
him for nothing.
$18 or $19 or something. So I've been disappointed with Philip Lindsay. I'm not gonna lie, and to be completely upfront, I commended Royce Freeman today. I said he looked good. I mean, he looked more and he looked like a better back today, honestly. I was disappointed with Philip Lindsay. Philip Lindsay had some bad drops too, unfortunately, but I still think I'd rather have Philip Lindsay just because of his speed. But
both teams in that game, Denver and Chicago, were both terrible. They both were snatching defeat from the jaws of victory, as they say, and only one could do it.
That was a wild end.
It was a wild end. Simmons, I want to run
for
through
Mitch Trubisky to do that of all QBs as well.
Yeah. That's a good. Simmons, I want to run through what I talked about real fast because I need to go here in a second. But what we were talking about before at the outset, Kemp, I was saying, I think what stood out to me in the early window, if I'm thinking as a whole, was the performance of the NFC West teams. 3 teams going and playing at 1 o'clock, in the morning on their body clock, and you had Seattle and San Francisco both win outright, and Arizona, Kyler Murray in his first road game in a pretty hostile environment threw for over 300 yards. The team that I focused on, though, was Seattle, just because I was telling Simmons, I think going into the season, Doug Baldwin retires, and there was this thought, well, Russell Wilson doesn't have much to throw to. Their defense has obviously taken some hits in the last few years, losing some big guys. And, he throws 300 yards, 3 touchdowns today. Obviously, Roethlisberger got hurt, but at Pittsburgh, still a tough place to play, I think. And Chris Carson and Rashad Penny end up with pretty respectable days. But, Will Dissly gets 2 touchdowns.
That Rashad Penny run, that touchdown run.
Yeah, it was impressive. Lockett was a PPR monster. He gets 10 for 79. Metcalf gets another touchdown. As you said, I think Metcalf is certainly, if for no other reason, just how he's built compared to Lockett, he's certainly in a position to be a number 1 or be the kind of makings of a number 1 this year as a rookie.
I think as long as he stays healthy, man. As long as he stays healthy,
someone who
always a big
was kind of
with him.
Right, of course. He was a workout warrior. He was someone who was a very polarizing player. I feel like in the draft, you could probably speak to that more than I could. But after 2 weeks, like they looked kind of rusty. They looked a little shaky against the Bengals at home last week, and then they came out today, and they looked pretty sharp. And if Roethlisberger had played, maybe it would have been different. But that being said, I think the Seahawks being 2-0, I would kind of only because we don't talk about them as much because we didn't feel like we would need to. I think offensively for that early window.
I don't think that they're the Seahawks. They haven't looked that great,
But 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, and then 2 guys running for 60 yards separately. I think, given what I thought they were going to be, I mean, I would make them the most, in some ways, the most impressive team of the week. Not based on the actual numbers, obviously, but just in that spot and given who their skill guys were, I was as impressed with them in that spot as I think.
Russell Wilson
today.
really is not throwing to anybody. He's got a rookie.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like this is my point, though, Kemp. I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm
that,
saying,
but now
I'm giving
if
you
you're saying, Lockett,
I'm agreeing with you.
Lockett and Metcalf all of a sudden look like a pretty, viable duo. Sorry, Simmons. I just repeated all of that from earlier.
No. It's new. It's new to me. I don't.
Well,
I wiped my memory from earlier.
Here's something funny. Really quickly, that DK Metcalf went to the combine, ran a 4.31.
Wow.
Like a 4.34, I think. It was crazy fast, given his size, which is what, like 6'3".
He's 6'4". He's 6'4", 225. I'm looking at it right now.
He was so fast, but then in his agility drills, he was slower than Tom Brady was when he did his agility drills. Which
God,
is like,
that's glacial. My God.
Yeah, like if you see Tom Brady's combine tape, it's like
right. Well, because Tom Brady's
never
not
seen
an actual athlete, so
yeah. He looks like you're right.
Well, he's not.
Can't be right. He looks like a fucking idiot. Tom Brady looks like a fucking idiot in his.
Hey!
You're so right,
calm
man.
down.
He looks so fucking stupid. What a fucking idiot.
There were questions.
But
I'm just agreeing with you.
Using your
I'm
words.
just agreeing with you, dude.
I never said that though. That never came out of my mouth.
My bad.
Chris, he's giving you credit. He's giving you credit.
No, I was just agreeing with what you were saying.
He's just agreeing with you. Okay.
I mean,
the big
he's not
fucking dumbass.
really, but I mean, beside the point, that DK Metcalf, that's why he dropped. I believe it was the last pick of the second round. Like that's why he was being projected to be a first-round selection. He dropped to the last pick of the second round because of those slow agility drills. But he's got all the makeup of a true alpha wide receiver one.
Well, it's easy to say it now, but there were legit questions.
Position.
There were legit questions about whether he knew how to run any routes at all, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's where the agility. Like he just kind of like was a burner, but like, and he was like Dez Bryant, where he wouldn't get separation, but he would just be big enough, tall enough, and long arms enough to where he could just
old Dez Bryant anyway, right?
Yeah,
young Dez Bryant
old
got
Dez
plenty of
Bryant.
separation. Yeah.
Well,
it's a good comp though. That's a good comp, Dez Bryant.
But right, I think he's got it. Dude, the guy I think his ceiling is Terrell Owens. I mean,
I was gonna say he kind of reminds me a little of T.O.
I'm not saying that.
He'll
get there, but
I think T.O. is like T.O. is the best possible thing, and so I wouldn't bet on it. But in terms of the way he is built, and he's kind of like that. I mean, Owens was a pretty damn good route runner, I would say, and so was Brandon Marshall too. I mean, one of those kind of Brandon Marshall or Terrell Owens. I know they're not the same guy, but
Brandon Marshall
kind of reminded me of that. Cortland Sutton reminded me of that last week, but he didn't do much this week.
I mean,
for the Broncos.
Yeah. Well, he was there when it mattered.
He looked good, man.
I thought he came up. Yeah, I thought he came up big when it.
I
mattered.
like Cortland Sutton. He's I feel like I'm not gonna say he's made the jump or whatever. Like he's gonna break out completely, but he's getting the ball. He's getting lots of targets. Not force fed, but it's an underrated receiving core in Denver. The only problem is Flacco, but he played well at the end of the game today. He was
Emmanuel Sanders was just awesome today. I mean,
yeah, he was amazing.
In a lot
crazy.
Of ways, you could make him the player of the. You could make him the player of the week, given that he tore his Achilles 9 months ago or something.
Yeah.
He looks stronger and faster.
I mean,
no, he's in a hell of a
like
player.
That's like a 2-year disease. That's what
Achilles.
That's what Kevin Durant got, right?
Wait, it's not a disease though.
But didn't he tear his?
I feel a little bit of like torn Achilles coming on right now.
Didn't he have a little of a Achilles tear?
Achilles.
Simmons, he should have gotten his Achilles immunization. He would have been fine.
Yeah, you actually, I just got that. You go to the doctor and they take a shot and they stick it in your Achilles, and
Right.
you get it every year,
I mean,
and it's supposed to prevent the Achilleitis.
Yeah. They read the Iliad to you while they're giving you a shot. They read the Iliad.
Yeah, and then you suck on a lollipop, and I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, guys, please.
I think Simmons, we need some ribbons for Achilles disease awareness. Can we get the podcast?
Some
the point
wristbands.
is, hey, excuse me. I'm trying to focus here and give props to my man Manny Sanders coming back from an Achilles tear 8 months into it, when you know your boy Kevin Durant is going to take 2 years to come back to full health. Like, he's not going to be back this next year. Forget
Hold
about
on.
it.
How long when did I think you're right in that he came back really fast, but when did he get the tear? I'm trying to
Gordon. Isn't that what happened with Gordon Hayward?
No, he had
he had a fracture.
Yeah. I think he tore his Achilles.
Compound
tore
fracture.
his Achilles.
No, he didn't actually. I don't think. Gordon Hayward.
I think he did, man.
No, I don't think he did. I don't think he did, Chris.
Let's bet.
Yeah, you might be right. Actually, you might be right, because that was one of those nasty breaks.
It was a horrific.
Fortunately, Kevin Durant to Emmanuel Sanders is a perfect comparison. Apples to apples for sure.
One guy is like 7 feet tall.
I'm just saying, most people don't come back from that, man. Not the way Manny Sanders has.
No, that's true. I agree.
Crazy how athletic he still looks and like how fast and shifty. I mean, he looks like the same exact player.
Yeah, Andy's like 31. He's like 30 or so. How old is he? I want to say
Something
30
like
or 31.
I think you're right.
It's one of those diseases.
He's 32. He's 32 actually.
Yeah, he's not spring chicken. Like, so give him my back. I went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, yeah, when you're in your 20s, your back has all these awesome things about it that when you hurt your back, it can come back immediately. But somewhere in your 30s, it stops. And your back just, and he's like, it's not just your back, it's all parts of your body. And I know if Osborne hears this, he's going to fucking, he's going to laugh. This is what the doctor said, all right? It's magic and it's just stuff you have to believe in. But anyways.
Well, really fast. Let me just interject really fast.
But Manny Sanders is over that edge, and he's still able to get it done. It's amazing.
Just really fast, I want to say that I just want to give some context. He had the torn Achilles on December 5th.
Yeah, so like just the other day almost.
Yeah.
Last week.
Not really, no, but
no, it's true though. He came back really fast. I mean, he came back super fast.
Less than a year, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it the other day, but yes, no, it is impressive. And the last guy in his 30s, to do that was Steve Smith, right? Didn't Steve Smith do that with the Ravens?
Yeah, and he had a good year the next year.
Yeah, there you go.
Steve Smith is also a freak of nature and not someone who should be emulated mostly for anything.
Yeah, this is true.
I mean
that in the best sense. Steve Smith was an incredible player.
Love Steve Smith.
The heart he had, the ferocious.
You know how he went to Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
He went to Baltimore, was on a plane to go to Foxborough, and the plane got delayed or something with the rain. Got canceled, so he had to stay in Baltimore. They offered him a contract when they found out he was going to New England. I mean, imagine him with Tom Brady.
This sounds like a tall tale, but okay.
I swear. Sometimes I might be wrong on the particulars, but the general theme is that he was on his way to New England and somehow got.
Kemp, you're on fire tonight. You're on fire.
Hey, look,
listen, guys.
I'm just telling you what I'm telling you. All right, you look.
The story might be wrong, but that's what I heard.
Particulars. And I'm not fact checking, but the general idea of what I was saying is right. The general thing
that
God.
New England was interested.
Well, you
Okay.
are Pat's insider. So anything you say about the
Yeah.
Pats, I'm gonna go ahead
Yeah.
and just believe it completely, not ask any questions.
I know.
Yeah.
Look, and got my lock of the week. Trust me, guys. Everybody that's listening and waiting with bated breath, I will be here later this week for my lock of the week for week.
Can we get
3.
it right
So
now?
you're
Is that
gonna-
possible? Because I think
I haven't done my research yet, so I'm gonna have to look at. But I'll give you my lock that of the week that you're gonna want to bet heavy on. So.
Well, what is it going to be? The Patriots? Because you did say they're going to go 16-0, so you might as well just bet them every single week.
I didn't say that. Well, did I? I think I did actually.
You did. You did actually say they were going 16-0. Yeah.
Well, they've got a hard stretch in there.
Yeah.
First Philly.
They
and
do.
all of them, but they've got a tough 6-game stretch.
They do.
It's not
Yeah,
a given.
no doubt. I can't wait for this.
Okay.
The
Gents,
Ravens.
Gents, I gotta duck out. I'll
next week.
let you guys chat amongst
Hey,
yourselves the rest of the thing. I
really
enjoyed
quickly, can you talk on Deshaun Watson really quickly?
it. What about him?
How do you think he played?
I thought it was a pretty ugly game. He played okay. They won. They're 1-1.
Not the.
Yeah,
But they're
no,
good.
it's good. It's good to take the 1-game sample size. How'd you think he played on Monday?
He played pretty good.
Interesting. Okay, well I'll hang up and listen with that question. I'll see you, gentlemen.
Okay.
See you, Sam.
But yeah, Bill O'Brien showing his coaching chops again, getting them to another W. I mean, it's not going to be
Bill
easy
O'Brien?
down there.
You don't really like.
Houston.
You actually like Bill O'Brien? Just
I mean, I think he's all right. I don't think he's nearly as bad as Sam portrays him at. I mean, I think he's one of the better coaches in the league. I'd rather have Bill O'Brien coach coach New England. It's like, okay, who would you rather have coach your team? So coach New England for me. I'd rather have Bill O'Brien.
All right, hold on. Let's look at.
I don't know, Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin or Bill
coaches.
O'Brien.
Let's look at all. Well, we know who you're going to choose with that. Obviously, Bill
Well,
O'Brien.
I mean, I don't really like Mike Tomlin. I don't think he's that good of a coach.
Well, it's a good time to bash him because they've been struggling these last couple weeks. So.
Well, I mean, but my criticism of Mike Tomlin is legion. So it wasn't just in these last 2 weeks that I've been critical of him.
It's true. You've been criticizing him for a while, but if you could like, where would you
it's around that area. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd probably have Andy Reid. I'd probably want Pete Carroll. I wouldn't feel good about that though. I mean, John Harbaugh for sure.
Oh,
I like John Harbaugh.
Jim or John?
Jim. No, John. Ravens coach.
But like, if you were to just for fun, if you would take Jim and put him back in the NFL, I would still rank him in like top
Jim
5.
couldn't even beat Ohio State, man. He couldn't even beat Urban Meyer.
He belongs in the NBA. I almost said NBA. He belongs in the NFL. Jim does.
Yeah.
He's that
how
good
that
of a
ended in San Francisco was quite bizarre. Shouldn't have happened like that.
Well, supposedly he's just really exhausting to be around, and all the players just got tired of him. You know, I can understand that, but at the same time,
yeah, no, I don't think it was the players though. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think it was like the upper management, like the owner and shit, were like kind of and general manager, like they were sick of him. It wasn't necessarily the players, because I mean, granted, I'm not all into 49ers. You know,
I think it was from what I read, it was a mix of both. It was like he was just certain players, like there were all these anonymous reports that came out. Some players saying that.
The point is, I think it's past them. I think the game is past them, at least the NFL.
He's like a little boy in NFL coaching years, though. He's not even that old, is he? Jim Harbaugh?
He's pretty old. I would say he's in his 50s, upper 50s.
He's 55, but like what? Andy Reid's like 80 years old and he weighs 400 pounds.
No, he's in his 60s. He's in his early 60s. Andy Reid. I mean, but like that's everybody's going younger now. Now it's all like the Sean McVay types, and
It's true. Andy Reid is
Cliff Kingsbury.
61. I guess I
Yeah,
thought for some reason I thought Harbaugh was younger. I don't know why.
no, man, I remember him like being the quarterback of the Colts, like prior to Manning being there for a couple of years.
Captain comeback.
Taking them to a playoff game, maybe like in '94 or so, but to the championship game, actually, the AFC championship. I could be wrong on that, but
I remember.
But like Bill O'Brien is up there as far as coaches that I think he's up there. I think Sean McDermott is another coach that's kind of slept on for the Bills. I like him as well. But it's just the coaching trees out there. It's all kind of suspect. They all have their flaws. And I'm biased for Mike Vrabel as well. I think the Titans. I love Mike Vrabel.
I like their defense. I mean, I don't think he's a bad coach. I honestly, I don't think Bill O'Brien's really bad either. You there?
Bill Belichick. I mean, it's crazy.
You went out for a sec. I didn't hear what you said.
I said the only reason Sam despises Bill O'Brien only because he's a protege of Belichick. So he
also lives in Houston. He lives in Houston. He's always he's like he's not around the team, but it's his local team, so he might just get kind of tired of him. His press conferences.
Sure,
He doesn't have much of a personality. I mean, let's be honest.
Hey,
Belichickian in that regard.
Let's but he tries to be Belichick, and it's a sorry countenance that he's presenting out there. I will say, but
he's a poser.
That's a hard act to follow. That is a hard act to follow. But speaking of posers, let's talk about the Cowboys. No longer America's team. Patriots are America's team, but they were playing the Redskins today. I mean, did you see any of this game?
I saw parts of it. I was watching Red Zone. I saw some of the touchdowns. I was kind of following it on Gamecast. And, obviously I was excited about Terry McLaurin getting that touchdown. But
Terry,
it was in garbage time.
My man. Terry, hey,
he looks good,
when it is. He like, so this year, this wide receiver class for the rookies, it was perceived as like it wasn't top heavy. So there were a lot of it was deep, but it wasn't top heavy. So you had a lot of like round 2, round 3, borderline round 4 prospects, but nobody that was like a surefire number 1. DK Metcalf, perfect example. Thought he was going to go number 1, but didn't get drafted to the into the second round. But so Terry McLaurin, not drafted until the 3rd round, was kind of like looked past. Played at Ohio State, was kind of in a committee there, but he went out combine, tied for the fastest 40 at the combine, quick as a flippin' bee, and looking good out there, man. Like he is behind the defense, Like he looks sweet out there, and I mean, it's only a matter of time, man. I think he stays healthy. Knock on wood, 1,000-yard receiver for sure. And I think he's got an inside track for Rookie of the Year consideration. I know only week 2, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there too. These look that good.
He's just he's also pretty good at the intermediate routes, and he just looks very polished. I don't know. While you're talking, I was trying to think about who he reminds me of. Maybe a faster Reggie Wayne, but obviously not as good of a route runner yet. Just very smooth.
He has a
one of the reasons he didn't hit in college as much and kind of got overlooked was because of who he was playing with. Like he was playing with because he stayed all 4 years. I think he was a redshirt senior. Most of your top end athletes are leaving after their junior year, right?
Yeah.
But so he stayed and played with Michael Thomas, played with Paris Campbell, played with a lot of like NFL talent. So like he wasn't the the highlight of that offense in Ohio State. He was just like one cog. So he kind of got overlooked. Now his wings are finally getting set free, and he looks great out there. I love it. I am so mad that I took down my bid for McLaurin because I had him at $61.
Oh
and I'm
my
like,
God.
I had
You
him
would've
at
beat me.
61. Gosh, and trust me, it makes me so mad. I'm like, I should have just done that extra 61, especially after this week where I decided to invest in T.J. Hawkinson, and he didn't do a goddamn thing today. So,
Yeah, the Lions offense, I don't understand it. Like I put in a $14 bid for Danny Amendola of all people, and yes, he's I love slot receivers. What can I say? And I have a soft
of the white variety.
Well, I mean, the color doesn't matter. I mean, come on. If you're in the slot and you're running a really really short route and you're getting a lot of receptions, I'm gonna take notice.
I'm not,
He got
and I'm not gonna lie. I was really high on Danny. I was this close to putting in a bid for him, but I'm like,
he had
man,
13 targets last week.
I
13
know.
targets this week. This is insane.
I know.
One target, 0 catches, and 11 return yards. He got me
And
0.44 points.
I think you gotta think that the San Diego was trying to focus on that, that like trying to focus. Okay, what's our game plan for going up against Lions? Who do we want to stop? Let's stop Amendola. Let's stop Hawkinson, because they for goddamn sure didn't stop Kenny Galladay, who tore them up today, and he had some beautiful catches. I tell
He
you
really
what,
did. He really did.
Kenny Galladay is one of those guys that I was fading this year in the draft. I had him last year. Yeah, and I liked him last year, but I'm like, man, I don't know. It's not him. It's that offense. I don't think they got better year over year. And if anything, they just kind of stayed the same. I just don't think I can invest in that offense, and kind of faded Kenny Galladay in the process. But man, he has looked good this these last 2 weeks, man.
Yeah, he's super smooth, great route runner. Like he had that over the shoulder catch. Man, it was just beautiful. Like he's a lot of fun to watch. They just have like a kind of
he had another big catch that got turned back or because of penalty. I want to could be wrong on that. I'm not.
No, I think you're right.
But
I don't know, man. Like I'm gonna probably end up dropping Danny Amendola. I don't think I'm gonna. I mean, I can't start him again after he gets 0 catches. I mean, I guess I could. I mean, sure he'll get a catch
did you start him this week? Did you start him this week?
I did. But the funny thing is, I started him over Dede Westbrook, and Dede Westbrook had 1 catch for 3 yards. So one guy had 0.44 points, and the other guy had 0.92 points. So, both of them would have
like Christopher Harris. It's like Christopher Harris on his podcast says he calls it melancholy and the infinite wide receiver 3.
Wait, melancholy?
Yeah, melancholy and the infinite wide receiver 3 sadness. Like Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh, okay. That's
what he calls
early '90s reference. But no,
that was like classic.
I should have gotten it. I used to like Smashing Pumpkins. So
shame. Yeah. But he but that's a good kind of descriptive of it, because you got all these Dede Westbrooks, Tyrell Williams, although he's been pretty good. Christian Kirk, Robbie Anderson, all these like wide receiver 3s that kind of be good one week and won't do shit the next, and then go good.
Well,
Like it'll be hard to like judge who's going to go off where, and then you look at their final end of season stats and you're like, oh, he had a pretty good year, but it was frustrating as hell to own this guy.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to start Austin Hooper next week because he already so the Philly game's already started and Philly is behind 3-0 to the Falcons, but Austin Hooper already has 2 catches for 23 yards. So he beat both those receivers out. I mean, I had Terry McLaurin, and then nobody wants to hear this, but I'll just go through it really fast. I had Terry McLaurin in the Danny Amendola spot, and then I was going to start Austin Hooper and Mark Andrews together. But I pulled him out at the last second and put fucking Danny Amendola in there. And
you fool!
I know. Give it to me. I deserve it. I deserve all the.
You know what? I'm going to put you on my fast track plan. I'm putting you under my wings. I want you to start reporting into me. Make sure it's on Saturday night. If you report into me on Sunday morning, it'll be too late. But we'll fix your fantasy team.
Who should I start?
I want you to report in. I want you to report in. I'm going to help you out here because obviously you are like a willow in the wind here. Yes, I am going to be your mentor. You don't know which way to go. I'm going to help you out.
Wow,
I'm going to win you. I'm going to win you a title.
I'm lucky, I'm lucky to have such a guru.
You're a lucky guy.
Good friend of mine. Like I might as well be talking to Matthew Berry.
Your own Matthew Berry, because I can't. Because all the roster moves that you make in a week is unreal.
I've been making a lot of roster.
The amount that you churn your fucking roster is unreal.
Here it is. It's only like two positions though. It's a lot of it's kept the same. You gotta have that. You gotta have two guys.
It's like living in America, living in America.
You gotta have slots. You gotta have some fluidity though in your roster, because if you just stick with rigidly to maybe like your last 2 spots, these guys are gonna pan out and they keep sucking ass every week, then you get screwed that way too. So it's true. Like I had Darren Waller that tied in for the Raiders. I picked him up at the beginning before even week 1 started, and then I dropped him like a day later. So I've had some situations like that. But you win some, you win some.
Don't feel bad. I did that last year with DJ Moore. I had DJ Moore.
Oh no, you're the king of that. I mean, you do it all the time. But my point is,
I learned my lesson. I kind of learned my lesson. You tend to do it every year, dude.
I'm joking.
Every year.
You have. I feel like you have to have some fluidity, though, right? I mean, you can't. If you like, if I just sit around,
you got to be looking out, but you don't want to.
Like Dede Westbrook, for instance, he has had under 40 yards combined in 2 weeks. And he's getting 5 targets a game. Should I really hold on to him? I mean, maybe one more week to see what happens. But Nick Foles
I would
back until week 11.
I would hold on to Dede, man. He's the wide receiver 1. He's the wide receiver 1.
You would hold on to him? Okay, I'm gonna drop him now. Okay, I'm gonna drop him.
I mean, he's the wide receiver 1, man. That's value.
Just like Matthew Berry, you have to do exactly the opposite of what he suggests. That's
hey. You calm that. Calm that down.
Look at the box score, man. Chark had nine targets. He has 2 touchdowns in 2 weeks. Minshew is the quarterback.
Does anybody have Chark? Did anybody pick up Chark?
He's still on the waiver wire. He's just him and Demarcus Robinson just setting it on fire.
Yeah, dude. Keep Westbrook, man. Keep Westbrook. You keep Westbrook. Keep him.
No, see, I'm doing the dude. He had 5 targets with 1 catch for 3 yards today.
And what did DJ Chark do this?
Chark had 9. Let's see, I have it right here. He had
no, actually, don't. No. Don't look at it. Don't
7
look at it.
catches for 55 yards and a touchdown. And then the week before that, let's see, he had 4 for 4. Sorry, he had 4 catches.
He had a good week last week
for 146 yards and a touchdown. I mean, Minshew is like a rookie. He doesn't throw to the slot that much. Foles does. Chark is like his number one, seemingly. I mean, him and Chris Conley.
No, I would.
I'm just looking at the stats.
To be honest, like Dede Westbrook is supposed to be the number one there. Obviously, it doesn't seem to be working out that way.
He has 33 yards, 2 games. He has 33 yards.
Chark.
Listen to me. He has 6 catches and 33 yards in 2 games. Dede Westbrook. Okay. Chris Conley had 73 yards today as well.
Bit of a guy, especially somebody like Dede Westbrook, who you probably bought for what?
Like
$13. $13? Yeah, man. Like double digits. Like it would be hard to just get rid of him after 2 weeks. But I understand what you're saying. You also got to know when to cut your losses.
Yeah.
So I can empathize with you. I don't know, but whatever you do, I would just I would hold on to that Jaguars offense through your boy Dede Westbrook.
I think I'm just gonna
don't get too invested in that. You don't want to get rid of Westbrook. You also don't want to be too invested in that offense. So just hold with Westbrook. Don't get any other. Don't try and go after any other guys from the Jaguars offense. Is what I'm
going to break the bank for DJ Chark. What do you think?
Nah, I don't want to do anything. I want to. Oh, he's on the waiver wire.
Wow. So this is funny. This is really interesting because I said I'm going to break the bank for DJ Chark, and you said, "Oh, I'm not going to do anything." You thought I asked you, "Are you going to break the bank?" And then you just told that was a really
I'm not going to do anything. No, I'm not going to do anything, man.
You just said that you're gonna break the bank for DJ Chark. So now I know that you're gonna. What's your fab? I'm gonna whatever it is. I'm gonna go higher. Let's see.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
I don't think I can. Let's see.
Yeah, bud.
I got $28. You have
more.
You got
like 31 or 32. So whatever you do, I'm just gonna put 32 on it. So just don't even worry about.
You know what? It'd be so funny if I just didn't bid at all. you bid 32 and like.
Oh, that would make me mad. That would make me mad, actually. So let me think about how I want to play this. But for right now,
you got 47. You got $47. I have 28. So.
Oh wow, yeah. So I'm way above you.
So I'm just gonna bid 28. So you have to bid 29 on Sharks.
Don't go 28. Just don't do it, man. Don't fucking do it. I'm done talking my strategy on the podcast because I don't want to be exposed. I'm trying to win a championship here.
What about Deebo Samuel? 87 yards and a touchdown.
I churned my roster too quickly. He's one that got caught up, got churned.
Wait. Hold on a second. You were just telling me I churn too much. It turns out you're a churner. You're the churner in chief.
I churned the fuck out of him, dude. I got so mad. Let's see, but no. Who did I pick in this place? Oh, Paris Campbell. Should have kept Deebo.
He had a decent week.
He did. He had one catch for. I believe he only had one catch but it was a touchdown. But
that's more reliable than 7 targets for 5 and 87 and a touchdown and 2 rushes for 7 yards. Yeah, the guy who got the one catch for 1 touchdown, much more involved. He was a good choice.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
No, I'm with you, man. I just detail all the mistakes I've made. So, but you have to, you gotta have some churn, man. Like You know, a lot of times if you, as I said, if you don't churn at all, then you're just like, you know, you're holding the bag for like
Well,
an awful roster. You know, like
yeah, but it's about you got to churn selectively. You got to know when, and you got to be right on the guys you're going to be throwing back to the Wolves. You got to be right that those guys aren't going to hit, and then like, especially at this early stage where these are rookies we're talking about, it's so hard to predict. You know,
yeah, but if you see somebody has a big role earlier in the season, you know, you
that
can
was
kind
it.
of.
That was it with Debo. With Debo, like he didn't have his week one was kind of suspect, and it's not like and I'm thinking, okay, is week one suspect? They're getting Dante Pettis in, and they're going to be ratcheting down Debo's role. I can afford to drop him because I don't think he's going to be doing as much if they expect Dante Pettis to start rising up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Meanwhile, Paris Campbell is taking over for Devin Funchess, and I'm like, it's wheels up for this guy. Let's ride the big wave on him because I think this is prime time for him, and he showed a glimpse of it, a slight glimmer of it today with his touchdown grab.
No, I
But
mean it was a
man,
hell of a grab. It was a hell of a grab.
it sucks to have a player that has a touchdown and still can't break double digits. You know, so it's
Yeah, that's like old like Zach Crockett, you know, like fucking
yeah,
like Scott Chandler, like you know, like those tight ends, like blocking tight ends who'd catch like one ball for 2 yards and a touchdown and stuff. Yeah,
yeah. Oh God,
it's embarrassing. It's
the
embarrassing.
Jerome the bus. Jerome Bettis had one of the greatest stat lines of his like 3 carries, 3 yards, 3 touchdowns. Like some crazy stat line on one of his games towards the end, where he's only being used on the goal line. But
Yeah, I think we went over that actually. Like the ugliest stat lines. I can't remember what he had. Yeah, he had something.
what we had was Nick Chubb, who had like 3 carries for I want to say like 197 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like he just totally destroyed the Raiders on
I
the
don't know if
3
it was that
carries.
many yards. I don't know if it was that many yards, but it
It
was
was
like
it was a shit ton, man. It was like 100. It was like 100. It was close to 200 yards.
wow.
I'm telling you, it was. He
Speaking
killed
of
them on 3 months.
speaking of close to 200 yards, Demarcus Robinson with his 172 yards, 2 touchdowns,
Came
6
out of
receptions.
nowhere.
I mean, he did, but he didn't. Like they said he was gonna be. They said he was going to be splitting time with Hardman. Like you know, it's so annoying. Like some of the answers to this shit is like right in front of you. Like I saw that twice this week. I saw like in an article and I heard it on a podcast. Like Demarcus Robinson,
DeMarcus
you know,
Robinson.
he's gonna be involved. He's gonna be splitting. You know, it's like, and that it's so
And you're kicking
valuable.
yourself, but you look at your roster and I'm like, oh shit, who do I want to drop? I don't want to I don't want to
Yeah.
drop any of those guys. You know, it becomes one because I can't tell you how many times I'm at the add drop screen. It's like, okay, definitely want to pick him up. Now, who do I want to drop?
You got to
And then
turn
you
your
start getting
churn up.
cold feet.
You got to turn your churn up. You got to start
Yeah, I
churning.
know. I just got to start churning. Don't think about it. Just churn.
Just don't
Let it churn.
just add and drop players just randomly. Don't even look at the names. As long as they don't have like a
God.
little can't drop symbol next to them, just keep adding and
Yeah,
dropping.
just add drop. Just keep doing it
Like
until you find somebody that works.
like a
This
chicken
is
with
the
its head cut
strategy.
off.
This is the
Yeah.
strategy that we're going to try and fix with you. So that's why I need
No.
you to come contact me Saturday night, Sunday morning. We will get you straightened out, man. We'll get this.
Well, all I
we'll
want to
get you
say
figured
is
out.
before we sign off, I just want to tell you that you better put like a really high bid up for DJ Chark because I'm looking at him right now. He's the number
All
one
right,
in
man.
Jacksonville. He's the one to
I'm
get.
gonna have to take a look at my options here. I mean, I might not even go after DJ Chark. I might look at my team and be like, dude, I like my team. I don't know who I want to let go.
Who'd you let go? Let's see. You got. You're holding. You're clutching Chris Herndon right now.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why I'm doing that.
Well, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good when he comes back.
Not with Sam Darnold, just like MIA. Who knows what's up?
But But here's my question for you: are you ever gonna not start Evan Ingram? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's that quarterback situation kind of scares me a little bit there.
That's a good point. It's a good point.
I mean, Daniel Jones, who looked great in the preseason, but the preseason is the preseason for a reason, you know. What is he going to do? Granted, they don't have all that many weapons there, especially with Sterling Shepard, MIA, hurt again. Did he go on IR, or is he just – no, I think he's just hurt this week and last week. But as long as he is out – like
IR, but he's hurt.
Yeah. But as long as he's out, like, you know, who are they going to funnel targets to? It's Evan Ingram and then assortments of Joe Schmoes. So let's just I'll probably keep Ingram in, but I don't know. Herndon's got some special abilities. He's got a special connection with Darnold.
Hawkinson, that's true. That's true. Herndon does have a special connection with Darnold.
I
mean, special is a little strong, but he's got a connection.
Special. That's kind of special. It's where off chance he got that mono from Herndon. I mean, it's that special that they got going there. But hey, so
wow, that's so funny. That'd be so hilarious.
Yeah. Oh man, what a child disease he's got going on there. Don't want to make fun of the disease. I mean, it's like kind of a teenager, non-adult disease.
Like teenager.
A non-adult, a non-professional disease.
It's true. It's true. Mono.
But yeah, hey, come back soon, Darnold. But yeah, man, that's
he's gonna get polio next, I hear.
So what now?
He's gonna get polio next.
Yeah, right. I mean that's not impossible, especially in the days that we're living in right now.
Doesn't it sound like an old-timey? Doesn't it sound like an old-timey disease, mono? I don't know. I know it's not, but I think it's just because like when you're younger is when you get it or something. I don't know. It just seems like I don't hear about it.
It's 2019. They should have had a cure for this. Let's be real.
Yeah.
It's come on. I mean, we're living post Back to the Future too. So I mean, we should be able to figure this shit out.
Yeah, where's my dehydrated pizza at?
Yeah. But hey, man, it's been fun. We're gonna
any parting words? Any parting words?
No, I think my team got slaughtered again in fantasy. But I do think at the end of the day here, I'm going to leave you with this. New England Patriots do legit look like the top team in the league, which is crazy to think about when going into the NFL draft. I'm like, they've got so many holes. How are they going to fix this? And they just look dominant. So I think it's New England and everybody else.
Dolphins, like you said, like to quote you from last week, man, it's the Dolphins. But they dominated the Steelers, who looked like shit.
It was the Dolphins. So they got quite an easy schedule for the next month or so.
Then it's gonna get tough.
Before it gets tough. Yeah, before it starts getting tough. So we'll see, man.
We'll see, man. All right. Have a good night.
All right. Yep. Take it easy, Simmons.
All right. Peace out, buddy.
All right. Yep. Bye.
So gaudy. So gaudy. Gaudy stats. Gaudy stats. Gaudy stats. Good God, that's gaudy.